stitchy friends, welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and today is March 15th, 2024. I believe this is episode number 98. Let me see, what episode is this? I write these things down and then I don't bother to look to see. Flosstube number 98. And it's great to be with you today. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on and checking out my video. This is a video about cross stitch, as well as sometimes every once in a long while a wool applique or punch needle or some other craft that I'm doing that I like to share. If you're a subscriber or been here for a while, thank you so much for coming back again and again and listening to my rantings about cross stitch stuff. I greatly appreciate you all. I did just finish shooting a video that is a tips and tricks video. I am not a professional at this. I am just a cross stitcher wanting to share my love of cross stitch with all of you. And the video is not fabulous, but it does give you some information that might help you along your stitchy way. And I know there's a lot of long-term stitchers and there's people that are new stitchers, so I'm hoping that it will help someone. If it does, don't be hesitant to comment below the video and let me know how you liked it, if you want to see more content like that, or if there's some other thing that you would like to see me either demonstrate or talk about that might might help you along your stitchy way. That would be awesome. So it'll get posted either before this one or directly after this one, and we'll see how that goes. I have gotten a lot of stitching in the last 2 weeks. I have been on a leave of absence from work for the last 30 days. I've had a lot of issues with my back, with my neck, and my migraines. And I will tell you that stitching is my savior for all this pain that I go through. Thankfully, stitching doesn't aggravate it too much. It will aggravate my neck a little as I'm looking down to stitch. But I just at this point cannot work, because anytime I'm moving my arms and I'm doing a motion where it's a repetitive motion, or I'm continually moving my neck back and forth, it starts to kill me, and it's really hard. And we are trying different methods and we're trying different medications. I'm supposed to go in the next month to get injections in the back of my skull to try to cut off the migraines a little bit, and then they're going to do injections in my neck. So it's going to take, it's a process. It's going to take a couple of months to get that done. It does actually put me, as I'm waiting for these things, I can't do much as far as things around the house like dishes and laundry. It really aggravates it. So I'm pretty much just stitching all day and doing things here and there and taking care of my little babies and stuff, but not really doing much of anything else, not really leaving the house unless I have an appointment. So, but I'm hanging in there, and I will tell you that at one point, and it was yesterday because I was in a lot of pain yesterday, the day before, and then it rolled into yesterday, I had to have startitis because I wanted something that was just going to brighten my day. And who doesn't love new starts? You get a new start, it really excites you to stitch on that item. And so I did. I started, I think, 4 new things in the last 2 days. So I think that brings my total whip count up to 25, maybe 26. And then I have one other one that I'm going to start, and I'm going to show you that as well, because it is a freebie pattern. So I want to share where you can find that pattern at. So let's get started. Like I said, lots of stitching getting done. I did join Carolyn Zook and Robin Hall have a group called Magazine Monthly Challenge Group, and I've been a member for a long while, and I decided this time I was going to jump in on the March challenge. And it was for, do I have my sheet? Hold on, let me see. That's not my sheet. I should have it on my desk somewhere. Uh-oh, hold on. What did I do with it? I don't know what I did with it. Shame on me. I think I lost it. I still have stuff stacked up over here, so I can't really Anyway, it's a monthly acrostic, and then it has, let me see, can I show a picture on my phone? God, why didn't I check for that before I started this? Deep breath, deep breath. Let's see, do I have a picture of it? I'm sure I probably do. Beginning of March, beginning of March, beginning of March. March, 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 March. I thought I took a picture of it. Maybe not. Maybe not. No, I don't guess I do. Anyway, sorry guys. Not well organized today. Nope, I don't have a picture of it. I thought I did. Anyway, the acrostic for the month was, oh, I don't even remember. I'm going to put you on hold for a second so I can check on it. I'm sorry about that. Okay, for the March Magazine Monthly Challenge, it was, the acrostic was Bird's Eye View, not the acrostic, but the monthly pick, the monthly subject was Bird's Eye View. So anything with a bird on it or what a bird would see with their eyes. So for that one, I did Map of Hawk Run Hollow. I wonder if I can show these as I go. Let's see. Can I get away with that? Let's see. Map of Hawk Run Hollow. So I completed, for this prompt, I completed 790 stitches. And I'm looking to see, I actually did a total of 905, but I did for the prompt 790 stitches. And you guys know what Map of Hawk Run Hollow looks like. This is one of my oldest whips. And this is where it's at. I didn't iron anything this time, didn't have time because I was shooting the other video. I know you all understand. So here is where I'm at with it. I completed, let me back up a little. So this is a 36 count doubloon that I over dyed with tan grit dye. I just stabbed myself with a needle. Let me move my needle because it's a dangerous weapon. And so I did a total of 905 stitches, and most of that stitcher was up here in the border. So that's where I was working on. I don't think I was working on anything else. I think that was all the border there. So I'm trying to make my border go around. And I just love this piece. I need to get it done. It's just so beautiful. And that hawk is just amazing. So this is on my fast track path, so to speak, to try to get this finished this year. So I am working on it. I try to work on it every single month. So yes, that's what it is. Start date was 10/1/18. The floss is a DMC. I'm stitching 1/2. It is a 36 count. And I stitched on it in the month of March 2 days. I stitched on it at the end of February, then 2 days in March. And just so you know what I'm looking at this. It's a project tracker. These are, this particular printout is available on Etsy. That's where I got it. And I printed it on pretty colorful paper. So I did it on yellows and purples. And I love it because it gives all my information here, so in case I can't remember, then it gives me a spot here for notes in case I need to do that. And then when I flip it over, I've got a 2-year calendar. So I just circle the days that I've worked on it. And I keep track of how many stitches I've made in my planner. So this is my planner. It is one of the Happy Planners, and I have sheets in here. Happy Planner. And I have monthly calendars in here that I also got from Etsy and printed them out. So I like to keep track of where I'm at with stuff. I find I never was one to count stitches and stuff, and I'm still not one to count stitches. Thankfully, we now have programs that can do that for you. I know some people use, oh my God, I forgot the name of it now. Pattern Keeper. And I use Markup RXP. I really prefer, I have both of them, but I really prefer the Markup RXP. I really enjoy working with it. It is in color, and I find it more easy to work with. So that was my first project that I worked on for a monthly magazine challenge group. The acrostic for the month was air balloon, and you could do either the whole thing or just do the word balloon. I chose to do the whole thing. I was going whole hog because I am home, I can stitch, and so I did the whole thing. So the next thing for the letter H, I did Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. See if I can do this without pulling everything down. And for H, of course, it's Halloween for H. And I did, where's my Halloween? Oh, I forgot to put that on there. Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, I did 305 stitches. I am doing this on an 18 count Aida that I hand dyed myself with DMC floss. And I have worked on it several days since my last video. Let's see, lots of February, so no, I haven't only worked on it once. So that's the 305 stitches. And this is where I'm at with it. I was working on block 2. And this fabric does not show up well on this camera. It does not. It is much brighter purple than this. But this is what I was working on, the bottom of the branches and the ground. And he is coming along quite nicely. So I want to keep pulling this out, stitch on it one more time this month so that I can get in 2 stitchings, a full day stitching on it. So that's Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. That was the letter H. I think I'm going to start throwing these bags on the floor so that I don't have to have them piled up in front of me and fall over. I'll throw that down there, and I'll throw this one down here. So for the letter O, I stitched on my One Nation. Let's see, what did I do with One Nation? There it is. It is in a beautiful patriotic bag that Leslie Hurley, Fat Cat Flossing, made for me. We did a bag switch. So that's the one I got. And this is being stitched on a 36 count Bramble. By Picture This Plus, I over dyed it with tan written, or not tan, but what was it? Pearl Grade to make it a little darker. This is One Nation here. Sorry, I'm not taking it out of the packaging. This is older. This is also an older whip. It is from 2020. So I would like to get this done, if not this year, then the next year. It was started on 4/12 of 2020, so it's coming up on the 4-year mark already. And I really need to, I want to get to that point where I've talked to about before is no whip over 3 years. So this one is probably going to make it to 5-year mark. But I have so many projects that are large projects. I don't know why I feel the need to start all these huge projects all the time. Very, very little of them are smaller projects. So that is One Nation. I am doing it with just DMC. If you want to know the colors, I am doing 336, B5200, and 321. Those are the colors that I chose. Whoops. And this is what I've gotten done on it. And I finished 785 stitches on it. So this is the whole thing. And what I worked on was this blue part and the stars. So it was not completed all the way before. And now I've got the whole thing boxed in, and I started doing some of the flowers. And I'm always amazed that it takes almost, that is 100 stitches per star. 100 stitches per little star, not even putting the blue in. So I can do 2 stars, that's 200 stitches. So, but this is again, this is beautiful. I really want to get this done. I am stitching, I think 2/2. Yep, 2/2. And I love how the fabric looks. It's fabulous. Okay, put that away, and I did stitch on it just one day in March so far, so I still have to go another day. I'm not going to zip anything up because we don't want to hear zip, zip, zip. The next one is the letter T. And for the letter T and for, I think I used it twice, I'm looking. Nope. One Nation I did use on 2 different days on the acrostic. I used it on the O for One Nation, and then I used it at the N for Nation for the N. So that's where the 785, because I did that in 2 days. Turkey Bay, I have only worked on that once in this challenge. I am doing it in the DMCs, and it is Turkey Bay by Plum Street Samplers. I got involved in wanting to stitch this after I saw Kathy, Crafty Cat Stitcher, finish hers, and she did it in the DMC, and it was so damn cute that I really needed to get this done too. So I just started it. I started this is one of my birthday starts, 12/31, not 63, okay? I didn't start it then when I was a baby. When I was born. 12/31/23 is when I started it. I'm doing it in DMC, 2/2, 36 count linen in ivory. And I got in 632 stitches, and I probably need something to put behind this. There we go. Because this is a kind of see-through linen. And there it is. I got the man in. I started going down here with part of the boat. I got all this in here. So all the greenery up here. So all those things got put in. So really loving this, enjoying stitching on it. I need to pull it out more often. I think I pulled it out, let me see, 3 times in March so far to work on it. And just adorable. Who doesn't love Plum Street? Her stuff is so cute. So cute. I really need to have more Plum Street projects. But a lot of hers are super big. So this was one of the smaller ones. So I definitely wanted to work on it. So after that, for the letter A and for the letter, let's see, am I lying again? I guess I am. For the letter A, I worked on Fruit of Plenty. That is modern folk embroidery. And you will know that as this. It is Fruit of Plenty. This was the 2021 stitch along that I was struggling to try to figure out what I wanted to do with it. And I'm so glad I stuck with my original colors because it is looking awesome. I am stitching it on 32 white Lugana, 2/2. I started it on my birthday, 12/31 of last year. And this is where it is at. I finished 906 stitches, which is basically all this down here and around here that I gotten done. It's hard to believe just that little bit is 900 stitches, but it is. But isn't that beautiful? I love the dark berries and the light berries. The cherries look so sweet. I like the bird that is variegated and the others that are variegated. I am using DMC 115 for the variegation. So you've all seen that. That's the variegated floss. This particular one's got more of the darker in it. I'm using 321 for the lighter. And I'm using 815 for the border. And 422 for the tan that you see in there. So again, just a beautiful stitch. I absolutely love it. It's going to be huge because it's 32 count, but I am so looking forward to stitching on this all the time. I have done, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches on it in the last 30 days. So I need to get the part 1 done in March so that I can move on to February. So that's what I need to concentrate on, is getting this one done, this 1 month done in March. Get this all put away. Okay, what's next? 13th Colony by the Bay Needle Arts. I worked on this twice for the acrostic. Once for I, for island, and once for R, for sun rays. And that just reminded me I wanted to show something on my other video, and I forgot. This beautiful bag was a gift from Claire. She had borrowed some patterns for me, and this is what she sent me back, and I'm almost positive that is Teresa Kogut fabric. So if I start a Teresa Kogut, this is going to have to get switched out because I want it to be in the Teresa Kogut bag. I need to buy some more Teresa Kogut ones. Her fabrics are absolutely fabulous. I need to buy some fabric and make some. So this is the pattern. It is going to be glary. Let's see if I can pull it out. By the Bay, Needleworks 13th Colony Bay, Part 2. And I'm only doing Part 2, the middle section of this pattern, because I really love the trees and the boats. And as I mentioned before, that the boats remind me of my dad, because he did paintings and stuff, and he would paint sailboats because he loved sailboats. Later in his life, he bought a sailboat, and he absolutely loved it until he passed away. So, it was not new. It was, you know, one of those old fixer-uppers, and he really enjoyed working on it and stuff. So this is on a 36 count Winter Blues by the Stitch Me. And I started this one on my birthday. So I had six new starts for 60 years. I turned 60. So I had 6 new starts, and this is where I'm at with it. And last time I showed it, hold on, let me get it up here. The last time I showed it, I only had the sun and part of the rays done, and I think this topper of this tree. I finished all the rest of the rays and the branch and stuff, and I did 958 stitches since the last time you've seen this, and it is wrinkled to death. I need to get one of those boards. I have one of those boards, but it's one of the bigger ones. I need to get a smaller one that will stick to them. But there it is. Really adorable. Looking forward to getting down into the actual design area, because right now I'm just stuck at the top, which is, you know, there's 4 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it blocks right there. So all I have is to get the sun and trees done, and then I can move down further. But I love it on this fabric. It looks like it. You can see. I hope you can see the color correctly. It's a little bit darker than that. I don't know why things show. I'm using incandescent light. That's why it looks horrible. But it is darker. No, I can't get it to work. And I really love it. And it is a Be Stitch Me, and I love that because I love the Stitch Me. Brandy is awesome at dyeing fabrics, and I've been in her club more than once. I'm currently in it again. So really like hers. So that was that whip. Let's see, any others that I have worked on with that? I'm looking. I worked on my owl kit. The 2 O's and balloon was my owl. This is something I'm stitching with my friend Kim. She is Kim T X Stitch Crazy on Instagram. She's not on Flosstube. And the pattern looks like this. And this is the one I'm having a little problem with because I don't know, Kim, are you having this problem too? Does your fabric feel a little, does it look a little fuzzy to you? Because mine looks fuzzy to me. And I started using thread conditioner, and it really helped to cut that fuzziness down and be able to glide through the Aida really much better than it was before. But I don't know if you were having the same problem with your kit. But I find it's an inferior quality floss. So, of course. So, and I'm not going to switch it out because I don't know what the conversion is, but I'm going to keep going. But I love this piece. And of course I have to show Kim's bag again. Kim made this bag for me, and it's got a little ceramic owl, and just an absolutely fabulous bag. I love this bag. It's perfect for my owl. And this is being done on 16 count Aida with their kit floss. So it's all here. And this is where I'm at with it. Let's see if I can flip it out here. You can see how big this piece is. That's how big he's going to be. So let me get this folded up so you can see him. And this is where I'm at with him. tilt up so you can see that brown above his eyes. So he's coming out. I love his eyes. Aren't they cool? I've got part of his beak done. I've got this brown up here, which is part of his ears coming up. And he is looking fabulous. And this is a black Ada. So I can't wait to get him done. He is wrinkled to death, but he is looking so cute. And again, this one's going to take a while. I'm not sure that this is ever going to get done this year. I don't know if it'll get done next year. But I'm going to keep plugging along and pulling it out every chance I get. And putting a little bit of stitching in, right? He's not going to get done if I don't keep stitching on him and he gets lost in the shuffle. Oh, sorry, I said I wasn't going to zip. What else did I work on for my acrostic? I still have 1, 2, 3 things to work on to finish my acrostic, and I have another 15 days, so that's good. And that's all I did for my acrostic, and I really enjoyed doing it. I mean, it was fun just to have a plan, and I had such a variety of stitching that I could just pick whatever I wanted to pick that day. And my goal was 200 stitches. I always went over my goal because I didn't have to worry about, you know, I just need to meet that goal, and whatever I went over, I was happy with. So, and because I'm not working, so I have lots of time to stitch. Back's starting to hurt me already. I also worked on my cross-eyed Cricut, or the Cricut collection Spring. So I did some stitching on this one. And on Spring I did 405 stitches. This fabric is, oh, I didn't write it down. I cannot remember what this fabric is. I'm going to look and see if I have a piece. But it's a blue even weave. And I'm doing a 2 over 2. And see if I can flip this a little so you can see where I'm at. So 405 stitches, and I believe I worked on the pansies down at the bottom of the S, and I put the snail in. Right, let's flip that. There we go. So I put the snail, so I did the snail, which is so cute. I did the hat, the bird, and the pansies. So I got an S-P-R-I. So I need to get the NG in there and then work on the little motifs. But it's really cute. This is a, there you go, a medium tone of blue. I think it's going to look beautiful. And spring's just a couple days away, so I need to get busy. I don't know if I'll get it done or if I'll even get it fully finished. But I think the 20th of this month is the beginning of spring, so I don't think I'll get this done in the next couple days. So, but that's okay. I'll love it and get it finished. I want to do all 4 seasons. I found that I am more liking doing seasonal type stitching than I do monthly stitching. You know, when you have to stitch 12 of an item, 12 for the 12 months or whatever, I don't enjoy that so much. I do have one started, but it's a small hands-on design monthly one. But that is my spring, and that brings us to my last whip. And this whip is my Flower a Day by Carolyn Manning. And I don't have a card in there, so let's get a picture up. Let's see. Where you at, Carolyn? I really need to start putting my stuff in files here so I can find them quicker. Because the funny part is, there it is, I have files set up and I haven't moved these to that file. So this is Flower a Day Stitch Along by Carolyn Manning. So hopefully you can see that. Can I turn down my brightness a little? Yep. There we go. There we go. So I really love this one. I'm not doing a flower a day. I am not, but I am pulling it out every opportunity that I get. It is on a piece of 36 count avocado linen by Bestitch Me. I started this on 1/26/24. You see I've been on this binge of starting things. Every time I'm a little unhappy, I will start something new. So this is where I'm at with it. And again, this fabric is a lot brighter than what you're showing. That's probably the closest you're going to get to what it actually looks like in color. But I was working on these over here. And let's see, did I write that one? 466 stitches I've done since the last time you've seen it. So it is a beauty. With spring coming, I'm sure I'm going to pull this out more often. This is all done in DMC. And no joke, this is the DMC. And this is the DMC. Look at all that floss. 2 rings. It's that much that I have to put it on 2 separate rings to do this. That's how many colors are in this. There's a bright and beautiful, and then there's a more jewel tone, darker. Lots of floss. And another one that I will not finish anytime soon, but I love stitching on it. In March, I've stitched on it for 2 days so far. Okay. That was all of my whips. I don't have any finishes this time. I do have new starts, like I said. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 new starts with 1 in the wings that I may start after I get over this video, so I'll share that as well. The first one I'm going to share is, let's see what's in the bag. And some of these have been sitting for a long time waiting for me to start, or sitting in my cabinet, and every time I see it, I'm like, I really need to kit that up and stuff, and I just went and I had a day where I just needed something to brighten my day, and this is how it happened. This is called Summer Comes Calling. This is from Nancy Rossi and was distributed by Leisure Arts. And is that not the perfect spring pattern, spring-summer pattern to stitch? All those little birds, all my little birds are starting to come back now, so I see them. I've got to get my hummingbird feeders up because I have a feeling my hummers are going to show up soon. I wonder where their feeders are. So we're just getting over the last stint of cold, I hope. And I am so looking forward to stitching on this. And right now I'm stitching on the house. That's where I started. It is a piece of 32 count Snow Drifts by the Stitch Me. Another blue, but a lighter shade. And let me flip this so I can show you where I'm at with it. And there it is. So it's like, it looks like blue cloud, blue and clear sky. It's really pretty, and I'm working on that birdhouse. So it's coming out fabulous. I love how the stitches are laying so perfectly on this. Yeah, it is perfect stitching so far, which just brings me joy. So I'll continue working on this one because I do love birds, and I usually always have a bird piece going, but I have not in the last couple months, so I figured now's the time. Normally I do Cricut collection, Crosswing collection, bird one, and I had one kitted up, but I really wanted to do this one. I've had this pattern forever, and it is dated 1992. So absolutely beautiful. If you have this pattern hidden in your stash, pull it out, kit it up, and let's go. Start stitching with me. Don't know if anybody has that or not, but I love it. And of course I have it in my Diddly Daddly Designs bag. This is one of her first bags that she ever made. And she put across it whip, and it says now, a work in progress. So I love that. So just a fabulous bag. And of course this says the wrong kit on it. So let me pull that off, because I pulled something else that was sitting not stitched at all. And I wanted to put this in it. And of course it's got all of the, come on, let go of that. Let me cut this piece off. Hold on. It's got one of those little hangy tabs, and it's grabbing my floss. That's the tag from, oh, I'm sorry, this is not Be Stitch Me. This is Snowdrifts is hand dyed by Stephanie. I am so sorry about that, Stephanie. This is a Stephanie fabric. So I must have had this for a while because I haven't been in her club since she stopped doing it. But this is Snowdrifts hand dyed by Stephanie, so I stand corrected. And that's why I keep these in there. And I'm sure it was probably on that project card that it was a Stephanie. No, I wrote the Stitch Me. So I need to fix that as well. I'll leave that out so I can get it fixed, because that should not say to stitch me, it should say Stephanie. So that was my first new start. My next one is out of an old Craftways book. You know, we get those monthly books, and you're going to ask me which one, and I'm going to tell you. Oh, it is a cross stitch Christmas. I don't know if it has the date on it. No. Shoot, hold on. I don't know. This is a design that is by Karen Kluba. I'm looking to see if this says what year. It does not anywhere on it say a year. So I'm sorry, I don't know. I pulled it out of the book. I have a habit of doing that. If I have something I want to stitch, I'll just pull it out of the book. So this is what it looks like. And it's almost a mini version of And a Forest Grew. So it is very much just one little part, just rearranged a little differently, but all the same trees. So if you wanted to do And a Forest Grew, and this one is called Woodland Christmas, I'm not sure which Craftways book it came out of. I normally write that down on my pattern, so I know, because people are going to ask me, where'd you get that pattern? And I can't tell you, really can't tell you where this can come out of. If anyone knows, you know who might know? I know that East Coast crafter, oh my God, her name just went out of my head. Helen D. She did this one. It's hanging in the wall on the back of her videos. You can send a message to her and ask her where that came from, because I don't have it. I'm stitching on a 36 count white Edinburgh linen. It is 2/2, and I have gotten, let's see. So Spring Comes Calling, I said I got $4.95. This is Woodland Christmas. I've gotten $3.35, and I have gotten to here so far, and this is white linen. So those, I started in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm just stitching my way around, but it is too cute. I can't wait to get this done. It is going to be a good sized piece, not this big, but that's how big my piece of fabric is. The design itself on 36 count, I believe, is 10/10, 10 inches over 10 inches. If you stitched it on 32, it would be 12/12. I thought it would be good to stitch it on the 36 count and make it 10 out of 10, and then get a 12x12 frame, and that would give me an inch all the way around. I think that would be perfect. So that'll be a ready-made frame. I won't have to worry about cutting a frame or anything. I'll be able to get that framed up when it's done. When it will be done is another question. But they're little motifs, so you feel like you got little dinky finishes every single time you finish one. So the next one I'm going to work on is I'm going to work on right here with this owl and tree, and just work my way across, and then I'll start moving down. And it's got 4 pages to it, so that'll keep me busy for a while. And it is in my little paisley bag, which I absolutely love. One of the first project bags I ever made. It's just paisley, purples and blues. I love those colors. I love it. And I zipped it up again. I forgot. Okay, so the next one is, this is the hands-on design. Seasons Through the Year. A Year of Celebrations Part 2. So a lot of people got this. I am working on, and of course there's all of them right there, and I am working on June, because I have all the way up to May in the old, I did the new May here, but all the rest of these are from season 1, and then I'm going down, and because I like season 2 better than I like season 1. So I sold, excuse me, I sold season 1, I got season 2. And I'm working on that. So I'm working on June. And this is where I'm at. So I've got the baskets, and I'm almost got the bird done, and the shelving that goes below. And you're wondering what all this stitching is. If you watch my tips and tricks video, you'll know what that's all about. But it's coming along. So I have a lot more of these to do. Like I said, I'm not into the monthly things anymore. But I wanted to get that set done because, and I meant to bring it, so the next time I stitch on this, I'm going to bring the other one so you can see them and see the stand that I have them on, because I forgot to bring that. And my last thing, my last new start, this is new start number 4, is Gold Dimension Petites Coffee Shop. So there it is there. My husband bought me this 2 Christmases ago. And I knew I needed to start something that he's bought me. He's bought me many cross-stitch things in the last few years. I have another kit, which is the Fox, Dimensions Fox. I need to get done because he bought me that last year? No, the year before, 2022. This I think he bought me in 2021. And I need to get these things done because he's not going to buy me anymore. He doesn't see me working on the things he buys me. So he picked this out, which I think was an awesome choice. And I love the petites. This is my first petite, and I think I'm really going to enjoy stitching on this. It is on a, what size 8 is this? 18 count white Aida. So there it is. And there's my, I know you're not going to be able to see it, but there's my stitching. See it? The white, that extends the entire length of the stitch piece. So that's where I started. I started on that white. I try to avoid, when I do these kits, I always do the 2/2 stitching first, whether it's a petite kit or I do the stockings or anything else that I do. I always do all the 2/2 stitching first. Then I will go back after I get that done and do the half stitches, and usually the half stitches have more than 2 strands, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on if it's a big kit. So I prefer to get all the 2/2 stitching done first because I feel like I can manage it more that way instead of worrying. So I only do the 2/2 stitching until I get it completely done, and then I move on to half stitches and multiple strands and this and that. So right now I'm just doing the regular cross stitches. I also take my kits and the floss. They normally come on that strip, the color strip with all the floss dangling from it. I take it off. I put it on floss drops because I find this more manageable than that little strip. And what I do is I cut, let me find one that's in color. I cut that little color tag out and I just tape it to my floss drop. I know what color it is and what the symbol is. So it tells me, no, it tells you the color. It doesn't tell you the symbol, it just tells you the color number. But it's just easier to cut those off and stick them on my tags. And then, of course, I write what this is in case this gets detached from the kit, that I know what it belongs to. And it's lots of pretty colors. I mean, look at that. It's a beautiful kit. I'm looking forward to it. In fact, I'm looking for more of the Dimensions Petites because I think these are fun. This is going to be a lot quicker to stitch up than the big ones. And right now I have the Sunflower Snowman one going, which is a Dimensions kit. It's not... I don't think it's a gold kit because I think I'd go nuts. The gold kits, they're pretty intense. I mean, not that I can't do them, but they have a lot more of that 3 strands, 4 strands, 5 strands, up to 6 strands. And that can get tedious after a while. But this one here doesn't have any of that. It just has 2 strands, 3 strands, and then blended threads. So I'm really going to enjoy working on that. And that was my last start for, I started that last night. So, and I worked on it again a little bit this morning. So the last one is the one that I had kitted up and wanted to get started before this video, but it didn't happen. But this is a freebie on the Jardin Privé website. And I want to show you what this looks like because I don't have a color picture of it. So I'm going to go back to find my color picture. Let's see, right there. And this one is called The Way to Happiness. This is not the best picture, but this is what it looks like. And I love this design. I've had it for the longest time and I've never started it. And I'm like, I'm starting it. And of course, I'm starting it today because I want to get it done. I'm starting all the things. Every time I'm feeling a little blue, I'm starting things. I don't care. I don't care if I end up with 50 whips. I'm going to do what makes me happy. And it is what it is. But that is it. It is going to be stitched, and the design itself is a 90 by 259. So it's 90 wide, 259 long. If you're stitching it on 32 count fabric, it'll be 6 by 17. If you're stitching it on 36 count fabric, it's going to be 5 by 15. I am doing it on a 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. So this is my fabric. I've already got it pre-cut to put it on there. So it's going to be 6 by 17, and I like to leave enough border because I'm not sure how I'm going to frame it. And then it doesn't have that many flosses. I mean, that is it. And of course, I don't put a full skein. If I'm doing a project and it's not enough to warrant a full skein, I just pull, and you can see. And of course, I should have mentioned that from the beginning because you're like, that's a new view. This is the other side of my room. And you can see all my fancy floss right here. And you can see my DMC here. And then I've got stuff up above. And that's an old, you can't really see the thing of it, but that's an old Jeremiah Junction pattern. But it wasn't that many colors. I think it's less than 15 colors. And I just pull 2 or 3 lengths of floss, and it's all DMC, to go with it. And if I run low, I can just go to my wall and get some more. But I don't like to hold all that floss in a project. I used to do that. I would get a full skein, every project, I just rekit it with a full skein. And then it would be like, that's crazy because you're wasting it and it's sitting in the thing and it could sit there for years when you could use it. So I'm trying to be more practical as things get more expensive to try to cut my fabrics, get them ready. And I won't cut a fabric if I feel like I'm not sure about how it's going to look on that fabric. I will start it and I'll feel comfortable with it and I'll make the cut, or I won't and I'll restart it. So if you see something with a bigger piece of fabric than it should, it's because I'm debating it. And I only put floss in there that I need to put in there. Now if it's fancy floss, then I will put the whole skein in it, only because to replenish that, it's probably not going to match. So I will put the whole skein in it. But my DMCs, even though there is sometimes a little bit of variant in color depending on how old the floss is I have on the wall and how new, and the new stuff, how it jives. And I try to make sure that I pick the same tone and everything, because I usually have 1 or 2 tones in some of these, and you can really see a difference in them. So that was all my stitching. Wasn't that a lot? I think I did a lot of stitching. I didn't even add up all my stitching to see how many total stitches I put in this month. Do I even want, or this last 2 weeks? I don't know if I want to know. Where's my calculator? Let's see. 466 plus 906 plus 632 plus 405 plus 905 plus 958 plus 730 plus 785 plus 390 plus 112. That was my coffee shop. I got 112 stitches. Summer Comes Calling, 495 plus 335 equals. I've done, in 2 weeks, I've done 7,119 stitches. That's pretty awesome, huh? That is pretty awesome. That's what I love about keeping track of the stitches, because you hear that and you're like, wow, that's a lot of stitches that you put in. So it is absolutely awesome. I do have a Stitchy meetup planned for tomorrow at the library with my Stitchy group, Lake Cumberland Stitchers. I have new members that have joined that are coming to the meeting. I'm so excited. This is really starting to take off, and I'm really enjoying spending a little time out of the house and stitching a little with new friends and old friends, and I'm so looking forward to it. I've got people traveling from northern Kentucky in the central north just to come tomorrow to stitch at our daily stitch meetup, which is exciting. It's truly exciting. I will definitely take pictures or video, and I will share that in my next video. I don't think I have anything else to share. I did get one pattern. I've really had to cut back since I'm not working right now, and I'm only getting part of my pay that I'm trying to really cut off, trying to purchase anything. But I bought this on Etsy because I absolutely loved it. It is called Moon Owl, and it is black work. But isn't that fabulous? Can you see that being done in different colors of thread and black work? I might do that, or I might pick a fabric that is really bright and stands out and then do the black on it. I do have a couple of pieces of fabric that are yellow and orange, and then to do the black work on it, that might be absolutely fabulous. Or to do it on a darker fabric with a lot of light colors, different colors. Flowers one color, the owl another, da 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 da. I'm not sure, but I really loved it. I debated it and I said, I really need to get this design. So this is from Etsy, and it is Blackwork pattern by Valerie Morrison, and it says blackworkzen.com. I don't know, that must be her Etsy store. And I can't remember, it might have cost me like $6, but it is quite huge. I will show you one of the pages because you're not going to be able to glean anything off of one page. But the pattern, let me pick one that you know exactly what it is. Hold on. See, like this one. That's just, look how big this pattern is. It's awesome. You can see very clearly what it is. This is the owl's head, and then this is the branch, and the moon is here, and the branch all hanging up over it. But the pattern is really big and great to see. I don't think I will put it in Pattern Keeper because Pattern Keeper won't recognize backstitching, but it is certainly big enough for me to see to stitch without any help. So I am looking forward at one point to starting that. I think that's it. I've been doing other crafts, but nothing's finished yet. Still kind of not even in the works yet, so I'm not going to show that. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for visiting with me today. It does brighten my day when you guys leave comments. Don't worry about me. I'm doing okay. I'm dealing with it. I'm doing the best I can, and hopefully some of the treatments that I receive will help alleviate some of it. But it is a joy for me to come and do these videos for you. It really lightens up my day and brings me some joy. So don't be afraid to leave a message below. Let me know what you think about the video. Is there anything that I could change that would make it more where you would, if you're new watching and you don't subscribe, why aren't you subscribing? Constructive criticism, please. What can I do to make it better and make you want to subscribe? And if you're already here and you've been watching, what do you like about the channel? What would you like to see in the channel? More of, less of? Let me know. Make a comment below. I can handle constructive criticism. It's not a big deal. We don't grow. We can't fix what we don't know is broken. That is always my favorite saying in retail. Every time I've had to go into a retail location or any location where people are served and I've had to talk to a manager about bad service, that's the first thing I say to them. I come to tell you about this because you can't fix what you don't know is broken. And I don't want anything from you. I want you to know about my experience in your store, shop, whatever, just so you know. Because if you don't know what's going on, then you can't correct those behaviors. So that's the way I handle those when I have to talk to a manager about not customers, but people that are working in an establishment and are not the best that they could be. So anyway, I'm going to let you go. I've got some stitching to start. I have videos that I need to edit and upload, and I will be back in, let's see, I see when the next one is. Flosstube number 99 will be on March 29th. And mind you, I am still coming up on my 3,000 subscribers. I have already planned giveaways for my 3,000 subscriber giveaway. And it's going to hit about the time that my anniversary is, because my anniversary is on April 5th. I will be 6 years on Flosstube. That's just amazing to me. 6 years on Flosstube, and I will hit 100 episodes, which will be just awesome. I think they hit at the same time. I'm almost sure. Friday the 29th. It does. On the 5th. Oh, I'm sorry. My anniversary is on the 22nd. So I apologize for that. I'm posting my 6-year anniversary stuff on the 5th with the 100 episode. I figured it would be nice to get both things mentioned at one time and then do the giveaway, and then hopefully by the Friday the 19th, I'll be able to draw names and start giving those out right at my 6-year anniversary. So thank you so much for visiting with me today. I greatly appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.